Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. All right, come on. It's not saying I'm on here. What the heck? There it goes. Not pulling me up yet. Technology, gotta love it. Okay, I hope everybody is having a lovely and wonderful Sunday. Ours has been fine. We had to do a major errand this morning, so we were up and at 'em super early.
5:30.
But well, I say super early. That's not always super early for me. Sometimes I don't sleep at night until the wee hours of the morning, but that's neither here nor there.
We had to hit the road, so we had to get up at a certain time.
Giving everybody, I see somebody's on. Hi, Tony, how are you? I say, I see somebody's on. I was going to give a few minutes just to see if everybody,
Hi, Tony.
give them a second jump on. And I still have the one I did yesterday in front of me, but the only reason why is because if y'all remember, down here the finger was messed up. It kind of cut it off. So I wanted to show you that I fixed it. I think it looks pretty good, actually. I think I got it looking pretty good. What do you think? It doesn't look cut off anymore.
I think I want to do one with just the middle finger.
Only canny. Only canny. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're having a okay day. So, as I said yesterday, they give you a little pouch and you have sanding material in it, gloves if you need it, some kind of safety pin type thing for, I don't know, maybe picking something out. And then they give you a clear sealer.
And if you didn't see yesterday, this is mold casting that we did of our hands.
Yes. And you get two of these little tools, this knife, and you get two tongue depressors, as I like to call them. Didn't really need to use those. So, and if you recall yesterday, this is going to be okay, let's see what happens type of thing, because Kenny wasn't sure. He was pretty close to the bucket, touching it. So we don't know if it really touched or it didn't touch. So that we're going to find out. So here we go. Now, remember, when you get one of these buckets, and I like this because I know the ones at Hobbies, I don't think they have this exact one, but they have one in the box. Hi, Shyla, how are you? But they have one in the box. So I told Kenny, I said, I'm going to clean this bucket out and keep this bucket. That way I have something. So if I go up there to Hobbies, I can use their product and put it in the bucket and mix it and all that stuff. Why, take another bowl or something when I got buckets? So let's see if Kenny touched or didn't touch. You want to put that over there? And so far, it looks like you didn't, because I don't see where your wrist would be touching on the outside. So far so good.
This is going to be the exact same hand gesture. We're going to
We
be
hope
hands,
so anyway.
So it should look the same. But now the big gender reveal.
The gender reveal.
You cut it open. Is it pink or is it blue?
This is it's not really rubbery. What would you call it? It's kind of rubbery.
Yeah.
It's kind of rubbery, but
it's
all wet and it feels cool. It's kind of weird.
It almost feels like you should be able to do something with that afterwards. Melt it back down and use it again.
Okay, I'm starting to see something over here. I think it's going to be a little different because when we did the first one, like I was telling y'all yesterday, it really needs to be something lower so you can put your hands in, because this one we're kind of at an odd position. So far, so good. I see fingers.
Are they blue or pink? Or
Oh, look at that. That came off in a big old chunk. I can't see it, but y'all can, so that works for me.
I saw a gender reveal on
It
YouTube.
looks like it's going to turn out pretty much the same. Now, on this one, I was showing Tony. Hi, Linda and Mickey. I was showing Tony when she hopped on, and I don't think anybody was else on yet. But if you remember yesterday on this one, the finger was kind of cut off, and I fixed it with the extra that I left over, and I think it looks pretty good. Now, the reason why I brought that up is because on this one, you see I have a nail here. It kind of cut the nail off, so I will just fix it, like sand that down to make it even. But other than that, there's no bubbles, no bubble holes, except for on two on Kenny's finger right here. One right here and one there. And then I'll just take the excess. But look, y'all, that looks pretty dang good.
That's
I think that came out.
It up. Yeah.
And that's even before cleaning it up. So that was pretty good. Right, his and hers. But I think it was pretty good.
Why is Michelle's thumb bigger than mine?
Yeah, right. There's my thumb. There's his thumb. So, and like I said, I did find if you have a paintbrush, like if you're patching, I use this flat tip for like patching the little holes and shaping the finger. But I also used a paintbrush that I didn't really care for that was kind of stiff on the bottom and took the
excess.
Yeah, but I'm trying to the casting material and put it on here and was patting it around to help shape the finger. Now in these holes, I'll just take like this tip here, the flat tip, and just go over the holes and that'll work. But it's nice that they have, I don't know what all the one at Hobbies has in the box, because best that I could see, Hobbies has casting in a bag where I think you just get the like the cement type stuff is what I'm going to call it, the casting material. And then they have a box, and I'm not sure everything that comes in the box. But for those that had just come on, I told Kenny, I said, I want to save these buckets because if I do go and get some from Hobbies, I have the buckets at least. We were in there, how long were we in there for?
6 minutes.
6 minutes. You start off, the biggest thing, I think that's the well, it's not really the biggest, but when you mix the pinks, the white, the pink stuff, and then it starts to turn gray, you stick your arms in, but you mix that stuff for about 3 minutes. Then you have your hands in there for 6 minutes. Then you take the casting material out, and they say to use a whisk, and it does. It helps to get all the lumps in that out really well. So I do suggest that. You use distilled water so you don't have any other particles from anything else, any chemicals or anything coming in that they say could possibly hinder the process. And then you mix all that for 4 minutes, and then after you have the casting material poured into the bucket, and I did get it off of Amazon, you have to wait 4 hours for it to kind of form up and get hard enough to pull out. And then after you peel all this off, they suggest waiting 5 to 7 days before you seal it, which they give you a little bottle of sealer and a brush for it, or painting it. So I won't do the other one that's right in front of me, probably until maybe next Saturday or Sunday.
The weird thing is, follow the directions to a T and it's perfect. They seem a little odd, but just follow exactly what it says on there and it worked perfect.
And you can click on the little QR code that they have there and you can watch the video.
And I would suggest that too.
Now, I don't know if the ones at Hobbies, because I've never tried their box in that, if they have all that also available to you. For some reason, hi, Levon, thanks. For some reason, this one came out. Can you all see those little balls right there? I don't know why, but that's okay because they come off pretty easy, and I'm just using, I wonder if they'll come off with the brush.
So this one is Luna Bean, the
Sorta.
original hand casting kit. So, and that's sort of what it looks like, what's above Michelle's head.
Yeah, might want to hold it close in case anybody wants to take another snapshot
You
of
may
it.
have to hold it closer.
I think it was like $20-some on Amazon, close to,
$27.99 or
yeah,
something like that.
something like that. Now the one over at Hobbies is like $19.99, but again, you don't have a container. It just comes in a box, and I'm gonna keep the container, just wash it out, wipe it out,
And
and
we're not
keep it for
familiar
another
with that
time.
one. I
And
know
I'm,
the directions on these were pretty simple.
yeah.
The video was great because we read the directions and said, is that really what they want us to do? Let's watch the video. And it was really what they
So
wanted you
these
to do.
little like pearls that are on here are coming off really easily. I don't know if they're just like a little remnants for something when it was in there. But you also can sand this, and like in certain areas, like right down here where the nail didn't get my whole nail, I'll file that. But other than that, I'm probably not going to file either one of them too much, because if you do file sand, you're going to take some of the detail away, I would think. So I'm not going to do that. But just for grins and giggles, this is already feeling heavier than this one for some reason. Here's what they both look like. So one's just a tad bit. This one looks like it went down just a little bit deeper because you can see my wrist a little bit more. Let you see both sides all the way around. So I'll finish cleaning this one up. But I think they're pretty dang detailed. I think it's worth the money. I really do. You're welcome, Mickey. Thanks, Levon. I appreciate it. Like I said, I can't speak for the one at Hobbies, or even if Michael's had one. I just did the one from Amazon, and I like it. And just don't forget, I would think even with the other one, save a little bit, like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of the casting material. So if you do get, like on this one I was showing them, there's like a couple air bubbles that he has here. I don't know if y'all can see that. You can take it and just patch it in there with it, and they'll be gone.
When you first put your hand in there with the hands together, they tell you to move your fingers just a little bit to let everything get all in between. And then once you stop, after a minute and a half, you're not able to move your fingers. You're sitting in the casting. So you just have to be real still and not touch the edges or the bottom. And then when you take it out, it's kind of weird because they say just one person wiggle their hand out one at a time if you watched it yesterday. So you think, how is it not losing the shape when I take my hand out? But the shape's already created.
It does get pretty firm in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like your hand's getting crushed or anything, but you can feel it like tightening around your hand, but not to the point of, oh my God, I don't want my hand in here. Yes, now I have bookends.
Oh, that's a good thing. Bookends. Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna do somewhere down the line here. I'm probably gonna do some with the grandkids. Now it'll be depending. The youngest one we have is 7 now, and he's gonna be iffy on whether he'll hold still for 6 minutes in a bucket. But the other one should be fine. So, I mean, I don't know, like if somebody wanted to do it with a baby for like feet or a hand, or a family one, because I'm going to see if my son wants to do that, where, he puts his hand in, his wife puts his in, then their older daughter. Now, actually, I think it's going to be this way. See if he puts his hand in, she puts her hand on top, then the daughter puts hers on there, and then their young son puts it on, and I think that would be kind of cool. I don't know. That's what we're going to find out here sometime. But give me the bucket.
having 4 of them hold their hand in
You're
there.
thinking they're probably not going to stick too far. I think as long as they don't touch the bottom, put your hand on top of mine or below mine. You could probably get, depending on the size of the hand, at least at least 3 or 4 in here.
3 big
The
hands.
3 for sure. 3 big hands, like he said. If the size of his hand and the width, because his is a little wider than mine, he could probably get 3 of his in there. Show him your hand.
I
See,
don't
he's
have
got,
long fingers though.
yeah, he don't have long fingers. The biggest issue is like what he thought. He thought he was touching the side of the bucket, and that's why when we peeled and revealed, I thought, oh well. And then when I popped it out, it was all covered, so I knew we were good to go. But don't touch the sides and don't touch the bottom.
Once it's hardened, you can't tell if you're touching the side
yeah,
or not.
because
It's
if
hard.
you do touch, then you're not gonna. This isn't gonna fill in. So, but I think it's fun. I think it was well worth the money. I thought it was. Did you?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to do 13 of them because
Yeah, not
they're
13 in a row.
$26 each or whatever. But
Hi, Vonda. Welcome on in. We're just doing the peel and reveal of the one that we did on the live yesterday. Now, as you can see, it's still quite wet too, so that'll dry. And like I was telling y'all yesterday, when you pull it out, it's firm, it's hard, but you can feel that it's wet. Feels like it's cool and wet. This one still just feels cool, but not wet. Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't, Mickey, use a bigger bucket and 2
yeah,
kits. I don't see why you couldn't.
absolutely. I don't. Yeah.
I mean, because you can get like from Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that, or even a regular bucket, and
Like
it'll
the
be
one
a
we have in
wider.
here. Yeah.
I don't see why you couldn't. Hi, Devonna. So yeah, that's a real good idea, Mickey. Now, 5 to 7 days, and I'm gonna wait 7 just because I want to make sure it's totally done. If that, you know what I mean? I mean, it's hard. You can see I'm pushing on it. You can't do anything to it, but I want to make sure it's totally cured. And then I'm not sure. I might just leave them white and seal them. I'm not sure. I'm still debating on that one between white and maybe like a flesh color. I don't know. And if I really want to get into it, I could paint Kenny's nails on here.
Make them pink. Make my nails pink.
But I do have, for those that just hopped on, a couple little holes here from Bubbles that I'll just take the excess casting. And all I did was put it in like a little cup or a little plastic saucer and just added a little water at a time and mixed it up, and it worked perfectly. Thank you for the snowballs flying. I saw one coming by, just ducked out of the way. I appreciate it.
I want to do something with this rubber so bad.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can do anything. But this is our peel and reveal for y'all. And I can tell you, I have not looked. Again, I hate to, kind of sound like I'm repeating, but I have not checked out. And these are just like a throwaway, so if they break it or something, you can get one. I did tell everybody I do use this, and when I was patching the finger on here, that where it was cut off and reshaped it, I did use a stiffer brush that I didn't like to help form it in that. And I used this flat end to help round it out, and I think it worked out pretty good. And it was this one for, no, yes. Yes. If you remember, this one was kind of cut at a sharp angle, and I think it looks pretty close to normal now. But I don't know what all comes into one at Hobby, so y'all will have to check that out.
Maybe we'll get one and check it out.
Yeah,
just to
well, I
see.
know we'll get one and I think they also had just a bag of just the casting material. So if you have a bucket in that, and you think you have other stuff, that tools in that you can, work with this and buy your own sealant, you're good to go too. And I think that was even cheaper than
Yeah.
the
Once you do
1999.
it one time, you don't really, the first time maybe get the kit and that's nice. And then
Hey
after that,
Tina, but I want to experiment. I want to try. I want to get some, and that's why I told him. I said I wanted to save those buckets and maybe get like Mickey was suggesting, go to Dollar Tree and get some cheap buckets in there and experiment and see what else I can do with it besides hands. Some people do like their kids' feet. Stuff like that. No, I want to try and see what else I can do with it. I think it would be fun. Have a have a casting party, right? This excess I don't think you can, because this is just because when this is the stuff that, if y'all remember yesterday, it starts off that really bright pink, and then as it's turning gray, you have to put your hand in so
it
it'll mold.
jellifies.
I don't know if you could try to melt it down and if it would even work. To me,
I'll
I don't
Google it and find out.
I don't know. I have no clue. Never tried to figure that one out. This is the first time we've tried it. So, I mean, if you want to try it, you can, but I would think you would have to try to melt it down somehow to make it liquefy again.
I'll guarantee if I search on YouTube, I'll find
I'm
something.
sure you will too. Because when it comes out, you can see it's all wet and some water comes out with it. So just putting water in here, I don't think will do anything to it. You would probably have to melt it somehow.
Are you giving me that whole package to throw away?
Yes, this has got to get thrown away. This all comes with it. I want to take these out. So that's a nice thing. They give you pretty much everything except for the distilled water and the baby oil. The baby oil works because they suggest using a little drop on your hand or whatever like you're using, so it has less chances of making bubbles. And out of both of them, we only had a couple spots where there was bubbles, so maybe we missed putting baby oil on your finger or something. I don't know. But that's what we have for y'all today. I probably won't be on tomorrow, only for the sheer fact of I have to get my craft rooms at least somewhat straightened up. It's getting out of control, y'all. But I will be back on Tuesday, and later today I'm going to do the couple weeks that I have not done a drawing for. I will post when I'm getting ready to do it, and we're going to do it as a monthly. So you'll get something bigger and better. And then starting tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Tuesday when I'm back on, we will start taking everybody who shares, and that will go for the end of the month. And then we'll do our drawing, and it'll be bigger and better. So in the meantime, everybody have a wonderful day. Thank you all for hopping on. I appreciate each and every one of you. Everybody who has sprinkled or shared today will be added into my little book here. This is what I keep, and I need to get a new one and put everybody's names in here and keep track for the end of the month drawing. So have a good rest of the day, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. You all are the highlight of the day, and hearts are not. I guess I just not there. I guess I just got to hold it right. Thanks, Devonna. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good rest of the day. Bye, all. Love ya.
Bye.
Are you gonna get it, or you want me to get it?
Why don't you get it?
All right, I'll get it. Have a good one, everybody, and go try it. It's fun.
I laid this thing. I shouldn't have. God damn it.
Kenny's making a mess, y'all, so I gotta wait a minute. I told you, that's why I said you had to be careful, because I had it kind of wrapped.
It was wrapped good until I laid it down to turn that off.
Did you get it all?
Yep.
Bye, everyone. Have a good rest of your day.